I made this discovery by accident when researching natural gardening solutions for my struggling houseplants. What started as a simple experiment transformed how I view this common kitchen waste. Today, I'm sharing the practical uses for eggshells that have saved me money and solved problems around my home. Eggshells are primarily composed of calcium carbonate, the same material found in limestone and other mineral supplements. This makes them an incredible natural resource that most people simply discard without realizing their potential. One of the most effective uses I've found is creating homemade calcium supplement powder. After thoroughly cleaning and drying the shells, I bake them at 350 degrees for about 10 minutes to kill any bacteria. Once cooled, they can be ground into a fine powder using a coffee grinder. According to research published in the International Journal of Food Sciences and Nutrition, eggshell calcium is highly bioavailable, meaning your body can absorb and utilize it efficiently. I add a quarter teaspoon to smoothies or morning oatmeal as a calcium boost. For gardeners, eggshells are practically magical. I crushed some shells and mixed them into the soil around my tomato plants, which had been suffering from blossom end rot, a condition caused by calcium deficiency. The improvement was noticeable within weeks as new fruits developed properly without the characteristic dark spots. Pest control was another surprising benefit. Crushed eggshells create a sharp barrier that snails and slugs won't cross. I spread them around vulnerable plants in my garden and immediately noticed fewer leaves being damaged overnight. The abrasive nature of ground eggshells makes them excellent for tough cleaning jobs. I created a paste with baking soda and a little water to scrub stubborn pot stains that wouldn't budge with regular detergent. The results were impressive. Even burnt-on food came off without damaging the surfaces. Seed starting became more successful when I used half eggshells as biodegradable pots. After cleaning the shells, I added a little soil and a seed to each one. As seedlings grew, I could plant them directly in the garden, shell and all, providing nutrients as they decomposed. My coffee developed a smoother taste after adding crushed eggshells to the grounds before brewing. The alkaline nature of the shells neutralizes some of the coffee's acidity, resulting in a less bitter brew. This simple trick saved me from buying expensive low-acid coffee brands. Beauty applications were an unexpected discovery. I added finely ground eggshell powder to my facial scrub, creating a gentle exfoliant that helped improve my skin's texture. Research from the Journal of Medicinal Food supports the use of eggshell membrane in skincare for its collagen-supporting properties. For crafting enthusiasts, cleaned eggshells can be dyed and used in mosaic projects or crushed to create textured paint. My children enjoyed making eggshell art during school holidays, creating colorful designs that cost virtually nothing. Egg membranes. Those thin layers inside the shell contain collagen and other healing compounds. I've applied these membranes to minor cuts and burns, securing them with a bandage overnight. While this should never replace proper medical care, I found they help reduce healing time for minor wounds. Dog owners might be interested to know that ground eggshells can supplement calcium in homemade pet food. Veterinary research from the Journal of Animal Physiology and Animal Nutrition confirms calcium carbonate from eggshells is safe and effective for dogs when used appropriately. In the garden, eggshells decompose slowly, providing a long-term calcium source for plants. I add them to my compost pile or directly to garden soil each spring. Fruiting plants especially benefit from this calcium boost throughout the growing season. When making bone broth, adding clean eggshells increases the calcium content significantly. According to a study in the International Journal of Food Science, the acidic environment during cooking helps extract calcium from the shells into the broth. Drainage improvement for potted plants is another practical use. I place several crushed shells at the bottom of containers before adding soil. This creates better water flow and prevents root rot in my houseplants. It's important to note that eggshells should always be thoroughly cleaned, and when used for consumption, properly sanitized through baking or boiling. Those with egg allergies should avoid internal uses of eggshells. These applications have saved me money on gardening products, supplements, and household cleaners. The sustainable aspect of repurposing what would otherwise be waste appeals to my environmentally conscious side. Tracking the results of using eggshells in my garden showed measurable improvements in plant health.